On the steps of American power, Tanzanian voices are rising. Tausi Likokola, international supermodel-turned-activist, and Liberatus Mwangombe, a vocal member of the Tanzanian opposition in the United States, traveled from Georgia to Capitol Hill with a mission to get Washington's attention. Their meeting with Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock marks a pivotal moment in what has become a growing international campaign against alleged human rights abuses and democratic backsliding in Tanzania.
I have been hearing from my constituents in Georgia.
It's a good opportunity to address the issues that are of concerns in Tanzania. Erosion of human rights. We have seen people being kidnapped, just to mention a few, Mdude, Soka, that I have tried joining other people to say something about it. Where are they? And everything which is going on. So I thought, I am in Georgia. We have rights here in the United States of America. We can speak, we can express ourselves, and we can also raise our concerns. So I decided to reach out to Senator Warnock, Raphael Warnock from my state, and they accepted, or they invited us to come to their office and just talk about this issue and see how can also the U.S. government actually be involved in addressing these issues.
Main opposition leader Tundu Lissu was arrested.
Their Capitol visit follows last month's bold protest at the International Monetary Fund headquarters, where dozens of Tanzanians gathered to demand a halt to international loans to President Samia Suluhu Hassan's government. The diaspora accuses her administration of suppressing democracy, abducting dissidents, and silencing critical voices. Tausi and Liberatus now seek to connect those concerns directly to U.S. lawmakers and challenge financial institutions to reconsider their support.
This is a continuity on what we did in IMF. We are still advocating human rights, democracy, and rule of law in Tanzania. All we need is our country to follow rule of law and human rights. So today's meeting opens another door and more doors, because we got more connections talking about issues regarding Tanzania and human rights. So this is a continuity from IMF.
The Tanzanian government has not responded to the diaspora's concerns. But here in Washington, Tausi and Liberatus say they've found an opportunity to make their case directly to those who influence global policy and foreign aid.
So our call, or our hope, is that the government will actually be more involved to call out on the things that are not right, and also hold accountable as to where they put their money, how is the money used. It has to be, the conditions has to be right, democracy has to be exercised. So we pay tax here in America. Our money, if it's going to Tanzania, then we want it to be used in the right way, including fair election. So anyhow they can help us to intervene to hold the Tanzanian government accountable, we are on for it.
Born and raised in Tanzania, Tausi has walked global runways and appeared on magazine covers. But her journey from village girl to Vogue was never just about fame. She's also an author, a humanitarian, and a mentor. Today, she adds a new title, Whistleblower. In their meeting, the activist delivered a dossier of testimonies and evidence, documenting abductions, media crackdowns, and bans on free speech platforms like X in Tanzania.
So we have heard and have seen on social media what happened to Pastor Gwajima, and over 2,000, supposedly 2,000 churches were closed. And this past Sunday, many Christians were not able to go and worship. And then Father Kitima was attacked. Come on, what is going on? So things like this, we cannot just sit down and just watch. If we are in a position to do something or to say something, then here we are in Washington, D.C. today to address our concerns as born Tanzanians and Americans here, diaspora.
Most of us are in the diaspora enjoying these freedoms of speech, freedom of religion, like we just heard, like recently, Bishop Gwajima Church were banned. So you have thousands of people who cannot worship because Bishop Gwajima just said something against the abductions. So as diaspora, my message is speak to your representative, speak to whoever you think can voice out on an international platform. I know European people have done that. That's why we have some action from EU, and we're trying to get action from Washington, D.C. That's why today, Tausi and I were here speaking to Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock.
We reached out to the Tanzanian embassy in Washington, D.C. for their response to these allegations. As of this report, no comment has been received. Our invitation for an on-camera interview remains open. From the runway to the rotunda, Tanzanians in the diaspora are turning protest into policy, hoping that the world and Washington are finally ready to listen. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow us for more updates on stories that matter across Africa and the diaspora. This is the One Africa Show.